Hi, my name is Katie Helliwell. I am the psychic expert. I've got over 20 years experience working with spirit, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll be dropping content every single day to this channel. All you need to do is like and subscribe, and also just let me know if what I'm producing for you is actually what you really want to see, or if there's any other content that you've been thinking about and would like to know more insight on. There is nothing I can't explain and give you insight on, so it'll be a pleasure to hear from you. Also, please make sure you follow all my other channels as well, my Instagram, my TikTok, and my Facebook business page. If you go into the description on this video, can't get my words out, if you go into the description, you will be able to see the links there to my Facebook group, Talk Spirit to Me. I'm live in there 3 times a week, and it'd be a pleasure to have you. Anyway, enough from me. Enjoy the trainings.
So we're going to get started because we've got quite a bit to cover here, and it's going to be really exciting, and I'm going to stay on track again. I've got my notes. I'm going to stay on track, not go off on an adventure. Okay, so my darlings, yesterday we were looking at how to actually identify your spiritual gift and understand what type of gift you've actually got. And yesterday it was about understanding for you so that you can make that correlation, make that breakthrough, and also get some answers, because a lot of spirituality is just understanding why you are experiencing what you have. It's so crucial. And also to understand what the signs are, what the links are, and to find what your purpose is with all of this. Otherwise, you're just going to feel like it's just something that happens to me every now and again. I know that it can, I could develop this, but I don't really know in what sense. I don't really know if it's worthwhile for me. And I don't really know if I need to go through any more detail than what I already am with spirit. So, and that's what a lot of people do. That's what a lot of people end up walking around and confused at. And to be honest, when I was going way back to the very beginning, I didn't really think about development. I didn't really think about where this could take me. I didn't really think that my gift had a purpose. It never even crossed my mind. So I feel really empowered to tell you all and tell everyone, because every single one of you's got a purpose with their gift. Every one of you's been given that way for a reason. It might not be that you're going to go on and be a psychic or a healer or a medium or some kind of light worker. It might be that you're going to use it in your everyday work, whatever you currently do right now. It could be that you're meant to use it to be intuitive with your family or to be intuitive with yourself for whatever reasons. We don't always know the reason. And I think sometimes we search so hard to find it rather than actually allowing the gift to work with us with ease. So if it's going to work for anything outside of you, or even anything to do with your purpose, it has to work for you first. And this is so important. And this is why so many people come to me, because their gift has kind of got out of hand, or it feels as if it's ruling their life, or it feels as if they can't really understand any of the messages. They're getting frustrated, or they feel this pull constantly. They don't know why, but they're always getting pulled back to spirit. Always. Has anyone had that? Has anyone ever had that feeling where they're just constantly being pulled back to spirit, no matter what they try and do, no matter what route they take, no matter where they follow, what they feel good, you know, to them? Maybe you've gone off and done a course, or maybe you've gone off and mastered self-development in some other area, and then you always get pushed back to spirit. Always. It was always happening to me. Always. Every time I tried to do anything in my career as a PA, or as I was trying to do anything like learning or any kind of teachings, I'd always be pulled back to spirit. Always. And I was like, but what do you want me to actually do with this? Like, why do you keep pulling me back to this? Why? And every time they pulled me back, I was resistant. So I don't know if you guys have done the same, and you've just felt almost like, okay, all right, I'll do a little bit, I'll see what it is, or, oh, this doesn't feel right because I've already made my mind up that I'm not going to do spirituality because of whatever reason. So just to give you an example and put this into context. So every time I was pushed back to spirituality, I was like, but spirit, I can't do this for a living. I have to pay a mortgage. I cannot earn enough doing this for a living, and it didn't feel right to do it for a living back then. I just can't do it. Just can't do it. The only way in my head, the only way I could actually keep us afloat as a family and pay bills and do my contribution was to work in the job that I knew I got paid. I had a solid wage every month, and yeah, so that to me that made sense. It made complete sense. So to actually then go off and have the energetics within me, or even the mindset, or even the energetic space to actually think you could go on and do this for a career, and actually this is what your calling is, and you could go on and be a mentor and a teacher and help the masses, was just like, no, couldn't even think about it. And the reason for that is because I had no way of making the gift work for me. I had an assumption that the gift was just supposed to work through you, and you had no control over it. Like, if you were meant to pass a message on, you'd receive the message and it was your duty to pass it on. If you were meant to heal someone and you could feel where someone's pain was, it was your duty to just go along and then just heal them and then just remove their pain. Like, whatever spirit ruled the roost, it was very much like I was responding to spirit. I was responding to all of the energies around me, and I was just doing whatever they were leading me to do. And I thought that was the right thing to do, because I was like, well, it's a gift and they're calling me, so I better answer the call. So yeah, I better just do it and just drop everything and just respond to spirit. But the thing is, what you have to understand is, you guys at the moment, you are a magnet. Okay, well, you're a hairpin. You're a hairpin. Spirit are the magnet. And they will all go jump. Because what happens when a hairpin is next to a magnet? It clicks, doesn't it? It just vibrationally attaches itself. You'll hear me use this terminology a lot, by the way. This is what it does. So it's not that spirit have all the power. It's that we need to actually calm down the magnetism of you and your, whatever they're called that make you a magnet, the electrodes, new, whatever they are. We need to calm that down so that over here, there's a barrier. So hang on, right there. I'm gonna have to go like this. So that's the barrier. This is what we're gonna create. This is spirit. This is you. So there's the magnet. I think I've lost the plot here. There's the magnet, there's the barrier, there's spirit. And then when you are ready to say, come on in, spirit, we move the barrier down like this. They come over and they have access to you. So we need to make the gift work for you. So this is why I couldn't just relinquish full control to spirit and give up all of the work that I've done and trust and surrender that this was what I was meant to do. Now, I'm telling you this because I don't expect all of you to go on and be psychic mediums and light workers. You can if you want to. Some of you already are. But if you don't, I'm telling you this because it's relevant to make a point of the boundaries have to be put in place. They have to, regardless of what you want to do. But the reason that I didn't put them in was because I didn't know I could. I didn't know I was able to. I didn't know it was an option. And I had no thought that the gift was meant to work for me. No concept, no thought. And it's a common thing, even to this day. When I say to people, how is the gift working for you? They're like, well, what do you mean? What do you mean, how's the gift working for me? It's just a gift. I just respond, spirit need me. I do what they say. I'm like, okay, well, how's that working out for you? Well, I'm exhausted. Well, I'm waking up at all hours of the night. Well, I'm just overwhelmed. And well, I've just got people just constantly coming at me, and people are always asking me for advice, and people are always asking me to do this, and and I just feel like I just don't know what I'm doing next. And I've got all these new guides coming in and all these new insights and all these codes are cropping up, and every time I close my eyes, I'm seeing faces, and then I go to sleep and I've got sleep paralysis, and then I've got this, that, and I'm like, okay, well, it's not working for you, is it? So quite often people will go and seek guidance because they want to understand what they're experiencing and why. But why you're experiencing those things is because you are magnetic, you are a pin, and spirit know that they can communicate with you, and you're just out and about in your everyday life, just radiating your magnetism, and spirit just like attach, 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 attach. So you end up being quite heavy, quite overwhelmed at times. And then when your body rests and your human body rests and you go to sleep, your mind is settled, you can actually feel and sense and absorb and go, oh my gosh, today I've just absorbed 15 new spirits. Wow, this is intense. Your body can see the faces, sleep paralysis, waking up at night, you're going to get alerts, your angels there going, look, we've got you. Just so you know, you've actually had this, this and this happen to you today, and we are still radiating over to you. So your angels will be sending you numbers. They'll be sending you feathers, signs, robins. They'll be buzzing in your ears. They'll do anything to get your attention because the gift isn't working for you. It's not. So in that state and that energy, do you think that it's a good idea to start connecting? Like, I'm asking you now, do you think it's a good idea to start connecting? Let me just turn back the comments. So if you're in that state where you've got all of that energy, do you think it's a good time to start connecting? Because that's what people do. They go onto YouTube and they start going, how to open up to spirit. There we go. How to actually meet my spirit guide. Oh, how to understand why I'm waking up at 3 a.m. I'm doing the typing, by the way, in case you didn't get that. Right? So we're all there doing that. But what you actually need to do is none of that. Just put down the keyboard. You don't need to type those in, because that is going to make it even more intense, even more stressful for you, and even harder. Now I get, you know what, meeting your spirit guides, making breakthroughs, unlocking new ways of connection. It's just so exciting, isn't it? It's like, oh, I'm so excited. You're like a kid in a sweet shop. You're like me in Louis Vuitton. You love it. You get so excited. So we want to make sure that we understand how it's working for us first. So you have to press pause on that. Press pause on all the fun and the antics and the shenanigans. We're going to have fun with it, but you've got to press pause. You've got to promise me you'll press pause, because if you're not going to, there's no point you being in this group. Because what I'm here to do, and I know this is harsh, is to help you identify your spiritual abilities, activate your spiritual abilities and put it into full force, have it working for you so you become empowered, enlightened, the clearest and openest of channels you could ever be, and then able to switch off and close down so you don't feel this heavy, stressed, overwhelmed energy that you can feel at times, or so you don't go around absorbing everyone's emotions and then concerned as to which one's yours, which one's somebody else's, and do you need to actually action something, do you need to get support somewhere? You've no idea, because you just no idea which is your emotion, which isn't. You want to get support and communicate with your guides. You maybe want to bring this into some aspect of your life to help others around you. You've got this burning desire since birth to go and give more into the world. You've always naturally been able to give. And it's just like, well, what am I supposed to do with all of this? Like, where am I supposed to go? So if that is you, you're in the right place. So talk to me. Is this you? Hello, Sarah. Hello, Amanda. I still get things when I'm closed off. I don't think I'm doing it right, so I need to switch off. Yes, Sarah, we'll sort that out for you. Don't worry. Charlotte's saying it's so true. Then it's like validation. No, it's not a good idea to connect when you're like that. Yeah, so you can't make out what the messages are until things have happened. Yeah, because you're not cleansed enough. Your gift isn't working for you. You're not able to understand the clarity and the complexity of the messages until you've actually cleansed you. It's so important. I cannot stress this enough, all right? So here we go. Let's get through with my list here, because I've got a long list for you all. So whatever you're currently going through at the moment, however your gift is not working for you right now, I want you to just think about that for a moment. And if you've got a notepad and pen, write it down. And write down, it could be waking at night. It could be not understanding the signs. It could be not closing down properly. Whatever it is, just write down what you know your gift isn't doing for you right now. And just make a note of it so we've got that. I'm just going to give you a moment. Hi, Marie. Hi, Kim. Okay, anyone watching on replay, give me a hashtag replay, by the way. Let me know you've tuned in. I love seeing all the hashtags yesterday. Made my day. Okay. Yeah, absorbing people's energies, negative energies. Yeah, from the humans, never mind spirit. The humans can be the problem as well. All right, okay. So from there, so you know how the gift isn't serving you at this moment in time. If you don't really know, you could just put, I just feel a bit tired, or I just feel like a bit overwhelmed at times, whatever it is that's coming through. So now we need to think about boundaries. So this is where you've got to be really, really honest with what you actually want from this. You've got to be really honest. There's no judgment from spirit. There's no judgment from your guides. In all actual fact, they know what you think and feel anyway, so there's no point in hiding it. So actually, what do you really want? We touched on this a little bit yesterday, but what is it you are really wanting from your gift? Is it that you want to communicate for you? Is it you want to communicate for a loved one? Is it that you want to feel just more connected to your guides in general? What is it that's coming through for you? So where is it that you want this gift to work for you? And from that place, where are you comfortable receiving? I'm going to put some of these notes in the comments actually, so just bear with me. So you just pay attention to how you want the gift to work for you. Just putting that there. I've got so many candles on. If that falls, it's going to set fire. Just move this over here. Do you want to watch me putting a fire out live to you? Or maybe you do. Watch me flapping around. I'd love to be more connected to my guides. Yes. You're in the right place. That's what we specialise in. Okay, you get them written down for me. That's great. Yeah. Been waking up between 3 and 3:15 every morning. Yeah. I want to understand the messages I get from me. I always assume it's negative and it scares me. Yeah, I used to be like that, Sarah. I used to always think, oh, it's going to be a warning. They only come to me if it's something like a warning. And yeah, it's crazy. So, questions for you. Why do you want to deeply connect? I'm going to put be honest. Oh, typo there. Sorry, everyone. Question 2. Yeah, so the gift doesn't define you is what I've put here. So the question doesn't, the gift doesn't define you. You have to decide where you actually want to feel that you are comfortable receiving. And this can be just right now, not in the future, not when you're fully developed, but how are you comfortable receiving right now? So for example, if in the beginning that Spirit had spoke to me really loudly, I probably would have jumped off my chair. But what I was comfortable with was receiving words or images or sentences in my mind's eye. That I could get my energy behind. But if they were to put a loud voice in my ear, I wouldn't have coped with that at all. So question 2 is, where are you comfortable receiving communication? My nails are too long. I knew I should have got them shorter. From Spirit. So I'm going to put here hearing, e.g. hearing, seeing, or simple signs. So this is the basics of it now. So this is the basics of where you're actually comfortable receiving communication from them. So hearing, seeing, or simple signs. So you can actually specify this to them. You can actually say, I only want to receive through the signs of feathers or angel numbers, or I only want to receive a message through a song, or I'm only wanting to receive it through, you know, a visual form in my mind's eye. And then we can go into the layers underneath that as well. All right. So boundaries, The gift doesn't rule you. It doesn't define you. It isn't. You are a human. You're here to have a human experience, and the gift and the way that you communicate is meant to look after you and accelerate your life. It's not meant to be something that you can't understand or run away from or be scared of. It's meant to be there to enhance your life, so you have a better human experience, and that your guides can work even closely with you to enable you to have more guidance support for when you just don't know what's happening and you don't know where you're going. That's what it's meant to be. And if you are then meant to take that role to go out and serve others in a grander scale like I do and like other light workers do, then that will be shown to you, that will come, and you'll feel that pull. But going out and trying to do that without putting any of this in place, which so many people do, will result in you being burnt out, missed messages going out, miscommunication, having to use all these tools like cards and pendulums and crystal balls, because you can't make that link. You can't make the link powerful enough. And because you can't make the link powerful enough, you need tools, angel cards, and reassurance that you're on the right track every step of the way. It's just not the way, is it? It's not the way to do it. And people go and pay these people to do it. They're like, yeah, pull a card for me, please. Pull a card. And I'm like, oh, my hair's gone mad now. So we don't want to do that. We want to unlock the powerful version of you. If you do this work, you will not only have the benefit yourself, but you will also be able to then use that as a solid foundational platform to unlock whatever it is you're here to do in the soul purpose, in the bigger sense. That's how it works. All right. There's no way I can sugarcoat that. It's just what it is. That's what it is. I'm very much a straight talker, by the way. You'll get used to it. So boundaries, think about this now. Where are you comfortable? And be honest with me, who has never even thought about it? Who's actually thought, Spirit, just bring whatever? Because I was definitely one of those people. I was like, whatever you want to send, just send it. Because like, that's how this works. I was always waiting for a sign. I was always waiting for a communication. I didn't realise that I had a say in how it was actually delivered and how it was actually brought in. Why didn't I realise? I don't know. But yeah, I just didn't. I just assumed that they were this magical energy. They were just this powerful energy, and we just had to bow down and do whatever they said. But it's like, well, no, because when else would you ever do that in life? Like, when else would you do that? Yeah, Charlotte, that was me, just waiting for anything. Yeah, I was exactly the same. Just sit there and be like, what's today then? And then sometimes I'd be like, what's today then? Oh, what's coming? Because I just think, what on earth are they going to show me today? I was terrified because I didn't have any kind of boundary about what I was comfortable actually feeling and seeing and receiving. So thinking about this now. The next thing I want to talk to you all about, I'm going to go a lot deeper, by the way, guys, with this. We go deep, deep, deep into each category of what they show you. So, and we do that more in Psychic School, which is what I want to talk about later on to you all. It's not open at the moment for you all, but Psychic School, we go a lot deeper into the boundaries of each section of what you want to see. So for example, future predictions, people's deaths, the way people cross over, all of that. We have to get really, really, really clear on what we're comfortable receiving and not comfortable receiving. So for example, I was once faced with somebody who was a spirit come forward who was murdered, and this spirit knew that I didn't want to, because of my boundaries, they know I don't want to see how the person was actually murdered. I don't want to watch it, I don't want to see it. But what I do want to do is understand what it is they want me to show them about whatever it was they wanted to tell me, about what they experienced, so I could pass that message on for the person. So what they did was they showed me lying down. This person was actually stabbed multiple times and they died. I'll never forget it, because it was like, I didn't feel the stabbing, I didn't see the knives or anything like that. Again, because of the boundaries. So what I did see was him lying down, so I was in his body and I saw the faces of the people above me, all around me, and that they know I'm comfortable with. So I could see their faces. Again, they weren't looking evil at me or anything like that. So it wasn't a dark, awful experience. It was just like somebody lying down with faces over the top. But what they did show me was the faces I could see. I actually asked the woman, I said, have these people been brought to justice? Because I can see clearly all the faces of all the people. And the woman said, yes, they're actually gone now, gone down for it. They've been sentenced. So I was like, okay, because I literally could have picked them out of a lineup. I don't know if this has credibility with the police and whatnot, but I could have picked them all out of a lineup and said, that's that one, that one, that one, that one, because that's how clear it was. So that couldn't have happened, and I wouldn't have been able to see that if my boundaries were never show me a murder, never show me anyone that lost their life. So it's about fine-tuning inside the categories of what you're comfortable seeing and receiving in order to be able to have the messages come through. So this is down to you. This is not something I can teach you. I can teach you to create the boundaries, but every single one of us has got different boundaries. Now, if you find this difficult, I'm going to say one thing. And if you find this really difficult, that's usually because you have no boundaries in your human life now. It could be that you're always available for everyone, you drop everything and you never put yourself first. So many spiritual souls do that. Again, I was one of those people. And we could be people pleasers, and we're just like, oh, well, so-and-so wants me to go meet them, or I've got to do this, but I'll do my stuff tomorrow then, that's fine, I'll come and help you. So just thinking about what boundaries you have, you know, with your families, your children, your personal life, your eating, your emotions, your work, colleagues, like what boundaries do you have? If you find boundaries difficult in human life, you're going to find it massively difficult in the spiritual sense as well. So it might be really good to have a look at how you could put them into life, nice and easy, something really simple, and then you can start to feel easier about creating them with spirit. Just a little bit of a side note there. Okay, so we're going to come on to the next part of this, which is the most sexiest part of spiritual connection. It is. It's not at all, that's why I'm building it up. It is closing down. So we want to disconnect from spirit. We have to disconnect from them. Now, I get it. So if you've made good friends with spirit and you find them funny and you like having them there, you find them communicative with you, you feel comfortable, you're like, oh, I've got my spirit, oh, they're so amazing, then you're not going to want to rush to close down, are you? You're going to be like, oh, I just want to stay open. Oh, but what if they alert me to something? You know, excuse me, sorry, I burp, by the way, a lot when I'm channeling, so and teaching. It's not that I'm being rude and, you know, burping here. It's just part of it. You'll find that if you burp a lot when you're talking about spirit, it's you channeling and communicating. Just a little bit of a top tip. So when you are grounding yourself and closing down, it is really hard. We can hit resistance with this at times, because especially if you feel that spirit are your guiding stars and you've got a really good relationship with them, as I was just saying, and they are leading you forward on paths and they're giving you insight and they're giving you like downloads and making you feel protected, it's very hard to close that down. You can feel resistance to it, and it's almost like, well, will I be okay out there on my own? It's like going out, you know, when you're a child and you have like a safety blanket, and then one day you leave the safety blanket at home and it's like, oh, am I going to be okay today? I want my safety blanket. Well, spirit can be like that. They can be our safety blankets. But I just want to make something clear. When you disconnect from spirit, when you close down, it doesn't mean that they've left you and gone and you're all alone in this world. They're still walking beside you, but they're not communicating with you. And also what happens is you're still going out into the world and you're still doing your thing, but you're not having people's energies come into your energy space. You're not being infiltrated into your energy. So you're still going out and you're doing your thing and you're living your life, and you'll feel lighter, you'll feel freer, you won't absorb everything so much, but your spirit guides are still there walking beside you. So you've still got your protection, you've still got your guides leading you, but they won't be able to communicate and talk to you without your without your real say-so and you opening up and your boundaries and everything else. What they might do though is they might ring your ears. So I call this like the spiritual telephone. You might get itchy ears on your left or your right ear, and that's a sign that they're wanting to talk to you, they're wanting you to open up, and they want to communicate with you. But again, boundaries. If you're out shopping, doesn't mean you run to the toilet, you meditate, you open up and then go, what is it? You can just acknowledge it. So I just acknowledge and go, I've got your message, I'll be there with you later today. All right, I'll be back with you later today. Whatever it is, I'll be back later. So you can acknowledge them, and then it's like anything. If someone's been acknowledged, then they're like, okay, she's got it, she's understood, or he's understood, or they've got it, I can rest. So it just gives spirit a bit of a step back, all right? So closing down, there's a number of ways you can do this, and we are going to go deeper into this, but I think it's important to say very early on. And in psychic school, I drive them bonkers with this. We go really in depth, but it's so important. So when we are closing down, we can very much ground ourselves in different ways. So ultimately, what you need to do is seal your energy and seal your vibration with protection light. That's what we're looking to do. Now, if you are particularly pulled to nature at the moment, is anyone feeling very pulled to nature? Is anyone actually feeling like, I need to go on more walks? Or when you're driving around and you see a beautiful view or a sunset, you feel the urge to pull over and take a photo? Or you want to go out and walk the dog into beautiful big open fields or in woodland, or you're just drawn to something natural. If you are in that energy at the moment, then that's where you can feel pulled. You need to go there, try and do as much as you can and ground yourself there. So by grounding yourself in those open spaces, all you need to do is take some deep breaths and just wrap divine lights all around your head and just ask them to wrap you and seal you in divine light. Take some deep breaths and let out anything that's not serving you. So if by the releasing, it's letting out anything that's not serving you. And by deep breathing in, you're breathing in the balance, the calm, the serenity, the nature. If you can't get out into nature, simply close your eyes. And if you're not pulled to it either, don't make yourself. Just close your eyes and just ask your spirit guides to wrap protection all around you and close you down. And just literally, just close you down. That's it. So feel that and ground yourself. And try this multiple times a day. You know, stamp your feet on the ground, any ground. It doesn't have to be soil. You don't have to have your shoes and socks off, but just stamp your feet on the ground. Keep grounding yourself and keep literally wrapping the light all around you. And just make sure you're covering all of you with divine light. So if you feel someone's energy when you're out and about today, just ask spirit, say, thank you very much. I can feel the energy. I want you to release their energy from me so it doesn't stay with me, and wrap me in divine light and protection and shield so that I don't receive anything else. So just keep on top of it. This is where you're going to have to be aware of what's going on with you and what you're receiving so that you can keep on top of that protection. Debbie's saying she wants to keep touching trees. Yes, so obviously the wood is grounding for you. So if that's the case, you can get some wood key rings. You know, some of those, and they have like your name on and things. Get some wood key rings, so just keep it in your hand so you feel like, okay, I'm next to nature, I'm there. As she's saying, she's pulled to natural medicine like herbs just now for healing the body. Yeah, like you might be pulled to do a cleanse, a body cleanse. You might be pulled to eat better, to drink more water. Like as soon as you're on your spiritual journey, you will drink water like there's a drought. It's crazy because you'll want to be cleansed always and healthy. I'm walking my dog in the woods. Yeah, you feel pulled to the woods. So if you feel pulled to the woods, whilst you're there, breathe in all the energy of the woods and breathe out anything you're holding on to and wrap the divine light around you. Yeah, get some. These little tweaks, they make all the difference. Just holding a piece of wood, it's just literally so easy to do that and just go and get something. But you wouldn't think of it, would you? Okay, I'm just going to come to your comments. That's all I wanted to share today because I'm conscious I don't want to overwhelm you all. There's a lot that is here. There's a lot that we need to go through. Sarah, yeah, just coming back to Sarah's question. You do create the rules, 100%. I would love to deeply connect as I would feel a little lost without it. I would feel comfortable with hearing. I think spirit just bring whatever until I thought about it then. Yeah, exactly. Set the boundaries of what you want and what you feel comfortable with. I saw you in a vision along with my grandfather, and this is validation that there is spirit. Yes. Oh, that's amazing. I think they make my head tingle instead of ringing ear. Yes, you can get that. Sarah, it's so funny. A lot of my students thought they had nits. So they went out and they bought loads of knit cream. And they were literally, because they got like this tickle on them, like this tickle all over their head. And they're like, oh my God, I've got nits, I've got nits. I'm like, you haven't got nits. That's spirit, they tickle your scalp. There we go. Right, guys, so I am going to be back. Just going to ask, is anyone else's screen going green every now and again? Or is it just my screen? Has anyone got green? Like literally mine's going green every now and again. Is anyone getting that? Because Spirit did this last night whilst I was on with Psychic School. So is anybody else seeing the green going blob on and off? Not mine, no. No? Is it just no, your screen's all good? So weird, it's going green and then like that and green. Bizarre. Okay, right, so my darlings, we're going to close down now, but I will be back on Thursday at 10 a.m. and I'm going to be reading all of your psychic stories. All your psychic stories. And I'm going to be explaining what is actually meant by these psychic stories and what's actually coming through. Who's excited? Let me know. Let me know, because I am so excited to explain it to you all, because if someone had said to me back like 19 years ago, I can sit down, tell me exactly what's happened to you and I'll explain what all of that meant. I'd have been like, oh, get me to this woman, please get me there. Here's some flowers. Here's a box of chocolates. Just this is what's happened. Please tell me I'm not going crazy and explain to me why I'm having this. So that's what I'm going to be doing for you at 10 a.m. on Thursday. So I'm going to be going through some of the questions that you've actually put in this group, and I'm going to, and all your stories you've told me, and I'm going to explain a little bit more info on that and give you some clarity. So make sure you check out the other threads if you want to have your question answered. Or should I just set up a new... Do you know what? What I would love you to do is to explain the things that have happened to you, your psychic experiences and what you want clarity on, and just type it in here, in the comments here on the thread. So just literally put my question is, and then type your story, what happened, and what you would like clarity on. So that would be great, or what you're experiencing and why you're experiencing it. Does that make sense before I head off? And then what I'm going to do is I'll take them out of there and I'll answer them live on our next call on Thursday morning. Yeah, that's fine, Jane. You can watch on replay, but you can still put your comment in. So we are going to explain what you've been through and why it's happened. Just let me know that makes sense before I jump off. And we're just going to close down because they're playing with my screen, so I'm just going to calm Spirit down. We're going to do it now. The cleanse. Isidine, I love Psychic School too. It's my baby. Hello, Sean. You've joined us right at the end, but that's okay. Let's have a look. So is everyone okay with that? Do you know what you've got to do? Just give me a yes, we understand, or no, can you explain again? I feel like at CrossFit, I'm constantly asking the same questions. I'm like, everyone else gets it, and I'm like, I don't understand. Do you want me to do 10 reps or 1? And they're like... So I always like to ask people, don't be scared. You understand, perfect, amazing. Okay, so we're going to close down now. So we're just going, we didn't open up, but I just feel like we need to do a bit of a cleanse, especially as they're playing with all my electronics here, the little monkeys. So if you just close your eyes and just take a deep breath in and out and place your feet firmly on the ground. We're just going to thank Spirit for being present here with us today. We're going to ask them now to release any energy we might be holding on to that's not for our highest of good. Any stress, any strain, any worries, any anxiety, any ill health, anything we've absorbed from anyone else. Just release it down from the different areas of our bodies where it's stored to the pit of our tummies. And we're going to push that energy out through our belly buttons. So it leaves our bodies like a mist, going out into the distance, far away. We're now going to ask our spirit guides to place protective, divine, beautiful light, going from the soles of our feet, engulfing all our body, all the way up our torso, up to our shoulders over our head, ceiling over the top of our crown, running down our arms and down to our fingertips. You are in this protective white glow now. Nothing can get through this glow other than your own happiness, well-being, abundance and joy. You're disconnected from all spiritual guidance and activity until you are ready to open up. Okay, take a deep breath again for me, in and out. Bring your awareness back into the room and slowly open your eyes when you are ready. Thank you very much, my darlings. I'll see you all on Thursday at 10 a.m. Have a gorgeous rest of your day. Mwah. Love you all. Bye.